So after a couple of bad rounds, you start to lose confidence in your favorite disc, the one that you throw the most. How do you gain that confidence back?
I can start here.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I can relate with this experience from earlier days in the pro field. I wanted to blame it on the discs or the putters, the drivers or putters. But what you need to do is you need to go back to your home course or your practice field and you need to throw reps because it's not the disc. It's the belief in the disc. And remember that you are the best putter in the world and you are the best driver in the world when you're throwing it. Because we all are. If no one else is around, you're certainly the best. And then if other people are around that might throw better, you can still tell yourself you're the best. So it just takes more reps, and you have to see yourself execute it to believe in yourself again. It's operator error at that point. It's not the disc error. And so you got to build your own confidence by seeing yourself throw reps, I think.
Yes. Also, I completely agree with that. But if the disc is starting to roll on you and you release it on that perfect angle that you've watched it fly perfectly for, a year or so, and it starts to turn, it starts to do something different, maybe you should get a new one. They do have a lifespan. They do break in. I see a lot of people keep throwing the beat up something where you're like, why don't you just get a new one? Like you're complaining that it's not hyzering out.
Right.
Just try a new one. But I completely agree with Zoe. It's mostly inside your head. You watch yourself hit a couple trees. It's not the disc fault. Just get back to your timing, get back to your form.
And even in that, it's, I guess in my mind, I'm thinking that, because I can think of Eric Oakley, who has maybe 5 felons in his bag, because he understands that, like you said, Dustin, I mean, it's plastic, so it's going to beat in. It's going to perform a little bit different. It's hit trees, it's hit ground, it's whatever. But it doesn't mean you got to throw away that disc. It maybe just now that disc flips a little bit more than, say, a brand new felon. So then maybe it's time, like you said, get a brand new felon and know that felon does that. And then you have your beat-in felon that might not, turn as hard. So, yes, I guess my thinking is it is a little bit of the disc because it changes, but it's not, because you've got to make sure you pay attention to your form as well.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. In golf, it's hard not to think that we all need to be perfect every shot, every time, every throw. Bad breaks and mistakes do happen. If you hit a tree, you might have been 1 inch off of your best throw ever.
Yeah.
So remember that.
And even that, even thinking in that's part of what makes you a better player, is that when you have that, quote, bad break, okay, it wasn't a good throw. It wasn't a bad break. It was just not a good throw. Now what do? Now what? How do you get yourself out of that trouble spot? How do you get yourself back onto the fairway? And even that is part of the competitiveness, and that's what part of the game makes you a winner or a loser, I guess you could say.
True.
Exactly.